Let me ask you a couple of questions. Can you list your priorities in rank order? And if you can, do you know how much time weekly you spend on each of those priorities? If you have the answer to those two questions for yourself, amazing. You are far ahead of the curve. I know at times I struggle with it. I also know that I'm not alone in the struggle. Most people I ask cannot answer those two questions to me very clearly. Now, this presents a striking problem in today's fast-paced world. Because on the one hand, we want to be highly successful, extremely happy. And on the other hand, we want to be less stressed. We want to relax more, enjoy more time. But how can you do that if you don't know what your priorities are and you don't know how much time you're spending on those priorities? How do you know that you're not wasting time? Today we'll discuss a three-step method that I call set, schedule, and score that will help you maximize time and fulfill yourself professionally and personally. The great news here is time's a wonderful common denominator. I mean, whether you are a CEO or an entrant coming out of college, we all have 24 hours in a day. Now, the core trait that I see from highly successful people is they have an ability to spend a sustainable amount of time on the highest value priorities and in fact filter those things that don't matter away. So if you're looking to be more effective with your time, here I'll provide the 3 S's to ensure that you are spending your time on the things that will make you most successful in your career and life. The 3 S's again are set, schedule, and score. Let's dive in. Step number 1 is to set. This is really about getting clear on your goals in rank order. Some tips for setting. Tip number 1, align your priorities with your manager's priorities. This way, you'll not only be doing things that actually make your manager happy and look good, but also highly contribute to your organization. This is important because if you don't, then come performance rating time, there will be a mismatch with your manager. That won't look good for you. Tip number 2, stack rank those priorities and allot a percentage of time that you want to spend on them. And tip number 3, make sure once you allot that percentage, you align with your manager again. These things will help you set your priorities in a way that is ironclad. Now, once you set those priorities, it's time to schedule. I look at this somewhat like New Year's resolutions. A resolution or a goal or a priority is great to say, but unless it's scheduled in the calendar, it doesn't really happen, or at least I find it doesn't really happen. It's like I want to work out every day, but the days that working out is not in the calendar, I find that I mysteriously forget to work out. I don't think I'm alone in that experience as well. Some tips for scheduling. Color code your calendar according to your priorities. This really creates ease in 2 ways. It helps you view your day and your week and know how much time very easily you spent on each of your priorities. And it also will help when it becomes time to score. Tip number 2, experiment with reducing your meeting time from 60 minutes to 40 minutes and 30 minutes to 20 minutes. Use the remainder of the time to recap your meeting and prep for your next meeting. This will save you a valuable amount of time going forward. Now that you've set and scheduled, it's time to score. Scoring is really about grading yourself each week, not as a judgment tool, but as an awareness tool to be able to say, I had a goal amount of time that I wanted to spend on my priorities. What actually happened? And what this will do is help you to continually improve. Some tips for scoring. Tip number 1, define the goal percentage of time that you want to spend on each priority. Don't worry, it's not set in stone. You can change this over time. Remember, continuous improvement. And tip number 2, measure yourself each week against those goals. All this does is create that awareness tool for scoring. So there you have it. Those are the 3 simple steps to be more productive and happy. Set, schedule, and score. Now, set, schedule, and score seems very simple to comprehend. But as with many things, it's hard to execute. As my friend says, it's common sense, uncommon practice. I mean, it's our responsibility to create and align with our manager on our priorities. Equally, it's our job to take a few minutes a day to measure, score, and reflect. These can be hard things to do at times in a busy world that we live in. But if you can take that time, there are massive benefits. Higher awareness, better alignment with your leaders, and even reduce stress. All of these things can follow, and these are just a few benefits. We all want to do more and be less stressed. I genuinely believe that by solving for time, our common denominator, we have a higher probability of contributing to our personal and our professional success. Look, no one can do everything, but we can all lead happier lives by spending time on those things that matter to us most. I hope this simple 3-step process has helped you or has been a small but meaningful benefit in your journey to conquering time and leading a more productive and happy life. Thank you.